Now, an Albanian migrant with a number of convictions for drug-related offences has temporarily avoided deportation from Britain because his daughter wets the bed. I mean, this is where we're at. Wow. An immigration tribunal has ruled that removing him would have an unduly harsh impact on his young daughter, and his child's condition worsened during periods when her father was imprisoned and the pair were separated. Alex, when I was reading this, I was baffled because it reminded me of that story recently. There was that Spanish drug dealer allowed to stay in Britain because of his ex-partner's depression. Then you had a Polish domestic abuser deemed to be a high risk of harm to children but allowed to stay so he can parent his daughter. A Pakistani drug dealer had to teach his son how to shave. Oh, and then the criminal migrant allowed to stay because his son doesn't like foreign chicken nuggets. I don't know how any of us can make sense of what's going on. Please explain.
I'm laughing. I know people are looking at me going, "Why are you laughing, Alex?" Because it's a circus. It's a clown show. Like, you can only laugh. If you don't laugh, you're going to cry. You're going to cry because you'll look at this and go, "Are you serious? Bedwetting, chicken nuggets, shaving?" I mean, it all beggars belief. It beggars belief because these people are dangerous. The reality is that foreign criminals are being put ahead of victims in this country. That's how severe it is. We've got a prolific grooming gang ringleader who did, I won't even say it here, but he did some nasty stuff that would make your stomach turn 50 times over. We can't deport him back to Pakistan. We can't deport him. Yet we've got 500,000 people going on holiday there. Why? Why? People are asking, why on earth are victims coming second to these horrible people they've destroyed countless lives up and down our country? And I think it just goes to show how broken the system is. We've got Germany deporting 34 Afghans back to Afghanistan, but our Home Secretary's like, "Hey, sorry, we can't do that. We can't do that, by the way." Why? Why? Danica, we're all besides ourselves. In fact, these stories have become so normalized. People are just kind of like, "Oh yeah, I've seen that before." That's the problem now. We're getting desensitized to it all. This used to make headlines. People these days just shrug. It's sad. It's really sad.
Yeah, it's so sad that it's become, desensitized, and it's always at the expense of everyday Brits who are paying, you're paying your taxes. You work really hard, and your country is just going bust because of a broken migration system. It's actually sad to see the state of the West and how it's buckled to open borders, mass migration, the multiculturalism experiment. It's frightening to see what's going on. Alex, I've got to talk to you about the Royals because I know, like me, it's one of your favourite topics as well, especially when it comes to Prince Harry. So it's D-Day over in the UK. This 2-day hearing has begun to find out how much money he owes, of course, after he lost his High Court case against the British press. Now, he claimed that the Daily Mail used improper means to access information. However, a judge found no evidence, and of course he walked out of a London courthouse earlier this month with his tail between his legs, Alex. Now, I was reading that he could actually be now up for tens of millions of pounds in legal fees.
Yeah, well, I think the last number I heard was 38 million.
Wow.
I think it may have even climbed beyond that at this point. Some reports are saying 50 million. Oh, I mean, this is ridiculous. The guy's got a vendetta against the press. And look, the human side of me says, I understand what happened to your mother. I understand where you may have some bad blood towards the press. But this is dragged on. We've moved on from this stuff a long time ago. The press in Britain has changed a lot. So what he's doing is really stirring up old problems. And I think partially, I believe, part of this is to keep himself relevant. I mean, most people settled their cases a long time ago. He said he was going to fight it to the end. Well, he fought it to the end and lost. He could have settled and made some money. Maybe that just goes to show how terrible the business acumen between the two of these guys are. And the other thing I'll say is she's got to sell a lot of jam. Meghan Markle. She's going to be in that. She's going to be making a lot of jam jars to sell 50 million's worth. Let me say that, because he ain't bringing in any money. What kind of money is he bringing in? Nothing. The guy's best cameo recently was on MasterChef Australia because Meghan FaceTimed him. I mean, how insufferable. What a life to live. They could have lived in palaces. They could have been the most popular part of the royal family in Britain. Harry's always, before he met Meghan, been the most popular royal here because he was seen as so down to earth. He was seen as so British and one of us. He ruined all that. He has bent over backwards for a woman that actually just wants to see him crumble, and so she can take the spotlight. And look how badly it's gone. Look how badly it's gone. They're going to be in debt to 50 million quid. Who's paying that?
Yeah.